You ever have one of those mornings where the universe just slaps you awake, like it's got some kind of twisted sense of humor? Yeah, that's how my day started one precious Saturday off. Thinking I'm about to enjoy some peace and quiet, coffee in hand, only to find my Navy patrol boat, my actual government-issued workhorse plastered in bright orange graffiti like it was some kind of deranged kid's birthday party. And the best part? The artist's signature was staring right at me. You know what I mean? That's not how you expect your weekend to go. So, let me set the scene. My name's Wes, Petty Officer First Class, U.S. Navy, 12 years and counting, but you won't find me living some high-flying base life, no. I settled in this sleepy lakeside community a good half hour from Norfolk, the kind of place where the HOA folks think lining the dock with little flags and garden gnomes makes them more American than apple pie. My house. Modest. My dock. Always squared away. And, lucky me, the Navy lets me moor my patrol boat out back, so long as I log every bolt I tighten, every light I change, every single use. Not a bad deal, right? It was anyway until Karen Thistlebrook bought the place next door. Picture this, recently divorced, tan like she vacations under a heat lamp, and always ready with a fresh stack of complaints about visual pollution. You can already guess where this is going? Huh? First week, she's leading the Clean Water Committee, blaming my boat for driving off ducks and disturbing her yoga sessions. Second week, she's got the city on the phone because I fired up a sonar sweep for Navy approval. Mind you, and apparently, it shook her soul. Third week, I get this typed note in my mailbox. Military aesthetics do not belong in tranquil civilian spaces. Civilian spaces. Lady, I swore an oath so people like you could gripe about their peace and quiet in the first place. You know what I mean? Honestly, at first, I thought it was kind of funny, told my CO about it. We laughed, figured she was just another hobby tyrant looking for a hill to die on. But man, did it go sideways fast. It's early Saturday. I'm padding down to the dock in my Crocs, yeah. Judge me, they're comfortable coffee in one hand, wrench in the other, already halfway thinking about what needs tuning. Then I see it. My patrol boat, navy gray, hull, number bold as daylight. Now covered in this wild mess of orange spray paint, killer toys out across the side, and underneath in this crooked script, this isn't Fallujah. For a second, I honestly thought I was still half asleep, like maybe I gotten some gas station coffee with a side of hallucination, but no real paint, real message, real problem. Now here's the kicker, the paint cans sitting right there on the dock, as if the culprit wanted credit. It's got a sticker, Karen's Coastal Colors Sunset Orange. I mean, come on. If you're going to commit a federal crime, at least have the decency to hide the evidence, right? So I call base command, try not to blow a gasket, and within 2 hours, there's a mobile security unit on the scene, blue lights spinning, neighbors gawking, the whole circus. Meanwhile, I'm pacing, stomach tight, thinking about everything that boat's been through 2 continents, rescue missions, hurricane drills, even teaching high schoolers about the Navy. This isn't some cheap weekend toy. It's the real deal, property of the United States Navy. Karen? She doesn't even blink when they knock on her door. Swaggers out in yoga pants and sunglasses, sipping her, but first coffee mug, says she's reclaiming public peace. Then she pivots into this half-baked environmental lecture, says the Navy destabilizes Lake Tranquility and evokes the violence of empire. I don't know if she rehearsed that or what, but the Navy sure knew what it meant. Vandalism on federal property, Title 18, full stop. Then, as if fate wanted to play director, the HOA president, a guy who's never picked a side in his life, nearly swallows his tongue when we pull the security footage. Crystal clear, you can see Karen shake the can like she's tagging the subway in Queens. Looks around, does her masterpiece, walks away proud. No ambiguity, no way out. Now, it's not just the Navy coming after her. The HOA finally has to get off the fence because you mess with the feds on their dock, you put the whole neighborhood on the map. And that $250,000 fine you might have heard about? Not a joke. Turns out repainting a Navy patrol boat isn't like buffing a scratch on a used Camry. It's got to be hauled, dry-docked, stripped, coated with this crazy expensive anti-radar paint, all under federal supervision and with reports stacked to the ceiling. The repair quote alone? $184,000 before they even get to the penalties and contractor fees. Karen tries to play it off, tells everyone it was a mistake, that she thought it was my personal boat, but there's literally a giant Department of the Navy decal on the side. You can't make this stuff up. So off to court she goes. Not criminal at least. Not yet, but federal claims, civil suits, the whole 9 yards. Her defense? Moral outrage over the military presence in a residential zone. Except, funny thing, the HOA rules say military craft are allowed if approved, and mine was with paperwork on file, entered into the record twice. Her lawyer says she's just expressing dissent. The judge, not missing a beat, tells her, you can't express dissent on federal hardware. Case closed, or so you think. But here's where the whole thing spins out. The footage hits Instagram. Some Navy wife with a big following blasts it out. Veterans pick it up. News channels can't resist the spray paint Navy headline. For 2 days, I can't open my phone without seeing memes. My brother, he's a Marine sniper, even sends me a shirt that says Karen hates boats. But it's not all laughs. Local vets show up. A Boy Scout troop offers to repaint the dock, and the HOA scrambles to hold an emergency meeting. Karen walks in, thinking she's going to plead her case, and gets booed out by retirees who usually argue about grass height. Within a month, her house is up for sale. Listing reads quiet, lakefront living, no boat noise. Yeah, right? As for me, I get a Navy commendation for keeping my cool, no yelling, no drama, just following the rules. But honestly, what mattered more was the neighbors coming over, people who'd barely nodded before shaking my hand, bringing their kids by to see the boat, telling me they'd never really understood what it meant to serve, not until now. Strangers online, folks who'd worn the uniform, sending messages saying, you reminded me why I signed up. Funny, right? Karen tried to erase a symbol, but all she did was prove how much it still matters. So let me ask you, is that $250,000 fine real justice or not enough? Should intent matter when the damage is staring you in the face? What would you have done if someone spray painted your flag, your ship, your service? Yeah, let's talk about it down below. I want to hear what you think, because sometimes the way we react says just as much as what we believe.